Former US public health chief Dr. Anthony Fauci has refused to answer more than 100 questions during a tense Senate hearing into the origins of COVID-19 and Washington's handling of the pandemic.
Can you explain to the committee why you chose to fund this dangerous research in China?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution.
Fauci repeatedly invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination during the 3-hour hearing on Wednesday.
Under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions. Thank you.
Republican Senator Rand Paul, who chaired the proceedings, said the committee would vote next week on whether to hold Fauci in contempt of Congress.
Because you refused to answer, citing a privilege that is unsupported because of your pardon, and after being denied to do so, this committee has scheduled a vote next week on a resolution certifying your contempt.
The 85-year-old physician and immunologist led the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases for 38 years and advised 7 US presidents. He became the public face of Washington's pandemic response before retiring from government in 2022. Paul subpoenaed Fauci over allegations that he misled Congress about US-funded virus research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology and concealed information about the possible origins of COVID-19. Fauci denies those allegations. He has consistently said the United States did not fund research that caused the pandemic. His lawyers advised him not to testify, arguing that his answers could expose him to new legal risks. Fauci accused Paul of pursuing a criminal case against him under the guise of congressional oversight. Invoking the Fifth Amendment is a constitutional right and does not by itself indicate guilt. The hearing became increasingly confrontational when Paul ordered Capitol Police to remove Fauci's lawyer, David Schittler, after he attempted to speak without being recognized by the committee.
Would you behave this way in a courtroom? No, because the judge would put you in jail. I can't do that today, but I can have you escorted from the premises. So I would say, sir, sit quietly and don't say another word. I said, sit quietly, you are not recognized. Another word and you're gone. Security, please remove him from the room.
Schittler later described the proceedings as an obsessive vendetta. Democratic senators also accused Republicans of conducting a politically motivated investigation. Senator Gary Peters called the hearing a partisan exercise designed to support a predetermined conclusion. The question also focused on more than 1,100 pages of diary entries written by Fauci during the pandemic. Paul said the notes revealed differences between Fauci's private discussions and his public statements. Fauci supporters argue that they instead demonstrate how scientific assessment changed as researchers learned more about the virus. The dispute is complicated by a preemptive pardon issued by former President Joe Biden in January 2025. That pardon covers any federal offenses Fauci may have committed from 2014 until the date it was issued. Republicans argue that it does not protect him from possible offenses committed afterwards, including any false statements made during Wednesday's hearing. They also claim the pardon means Fauci should not be able to invoke the Fifth Amendment when questioned about earlier conduct because he can no longer be prosecuted for it. Paul has acknowledged that this is an unresolved legal question that could ultimately be decided by the courts. The hearing has revived the politically charged debate over how the pandemic began. Many scientists continue to view transmission from animals to humans as the most likely explanation, with Wuhan's wildlife market considered a probable early center of the outbreak. However, the US intelligence community remains divided. The FBI and CIA have favored a laboratory-related origin, although the CIA reached that assessment with low confidence. Other agencies support a natural origin or remain undecided. If the committee votes to hold Fauci in contempt, the case could be referred to the Justice Department or taken to a federal court. But contempt proceedings would not automatically result in criminal charges. For now, Fauci's refusal to testify has left the central allegations unanswered while opening a new legal battle over the limits of congressional investigations and presidential pardons. For more such explainers, subscribe to DawnNews English.